crawling all over me.
Quiet. It must be down here somewhere.
And my grease spell backfired. That's it.
Whoa. Jeez, how did someone get this down here?
What do you think it does?
Let's see now. Huh?
This looks familiar.
Sweet.
So we're here to find out a little bit more about what's next in the world of Magicka. There's been a lot going on since launch of the PC game 2 years ago, but now you're moving into sort of all new territory for the Wizards. Can you tell us a little bit about why you wanted to bring Magicka to tablets?
Sure. It felt like a natural step to kind of try out the whole touch interface, and we definitely want to make sure that we had a native support for that. So that's basically why we moved on to tablet. It's a slightly, if we look down here, it's a slightly more cartoonish style. We feel that that also fits the audience a bit better. Obviously, we will still continue to support our PC audience as well. So it's just another way of trying out what's fun.
And you opted for a different perspective as well. It's not isometric, it's more of a side-scrolling thing. Why did you go with that for tablets?
Again, it's all about the medium, so making sure that you get the best experience possible. So it felt more natural. We also have the 4-player co-op, and in order to kind of make sure that everything fits on screen, it made more sense to make it a side-scroller adventure.
So you talked about the 4-player, and it's quite frantic when there's 4 players on the screen. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's kind of almost a little bit hard to see sometimes what's going on, but that's sort of part of the charm, I guess.
It is. When it's worst case scenario, you're out there killing your friends just as much as your enemies, but that's always been the charm with Magicka. And to be honest, sometimes, sure, it could be a bit in the way, but I think it's a lot of fun when there's just tons of stuff going on the screen.
And you're positioning this as something of a prequel. How important is story in Magicka? I mean, you take it kind of lightly, but still, it seems like there's some sort of weight to it.
I think the story is really, really important. We're still talking about a world, Midgård. Before Hollywood decided to move Midgård to, the UK countryside or whatever, we want to make sure to tell a story about Midgård in the northern parts of the world. And this is just a way of introducing Vlad. Why is he there? Why is he kind of helping the wizards? And some of the tips and tricks that you learn in the original Magicka game will be explained in this title. And also, because Magicka is all about fun, the humor, the satirical references to other pop culture, that's something we weave into the story, and that's why we think it's so important.
Could you tell us something about how you changed up the magic system and what's different in the tablet version?
It's not a huge difference per se. It's still specific combos give you specific results, but obviously there are new magics that are again adapted to the format. We have the Thunder Strike, which is learned pretty early on, that gives you an idea of just how you strike enemies from above. In frantic moments, when you're cornered, you could always hit someone over there instead. But again, the basic magic system is intact, and it's the same as in the original Magicka, just as the spell system.
So the developer isn't Arrowhead this time around. Can you tell us a little bit about Ludosity and why you went with them for this game?
Sure. The explanation is twofold. Ludosity had a background with tablet games, which they've made a great job. And Arrowhead is busy doing Showdown Effect, which is another great game. So we just felt that we still want to make this game. Magicka has to kind of evolve meanwhile while Arrowhead is busy. So they've been in the loop. They've known what's going on. But Ludosity had a solid tablet background, so that made more sense.
So did they have any input on anything here, or?
As I said, they've been in the loop all the time. So I mean, I showed the trailer just before we went here to Iceland. We invited them to a few beers at the office to just try out the game and have a look at it. So yeah, it's a great cooperation, definitely.
And it's coming out really soon. It's a bit of a sort of maybe what that's also in fitting with the platform, I guess. Sort of shorter run up to release. When are you looking to release, and what's left to do?
Yeah, what's left to do is kind of touching up the menu system and a lot of the how you find your friends. That needs to be really easy on a platform like this. So it's a lot of kind of front end stuff that's left to do. The gameplay is pretty much solid and set, and we're looking to launch this at the end of February. Obviously, we haven't submitted yet to the first parties, so that's why we can't give you a firm date. But we're looking to launch in the next few weeks.
And it's a paid app, should be said as well.
It is. It's a paid app. It's almost becoming extinct on the tablets, but we feel that this is a Magicka game. It's a great campaign and story-driven experience. So we think it's worth paying a couple of bucks for this game, and then you're free to try out anything. You can basically unlock everything by just playing the game, rather than trying to change the design into something that we don't feel is Magicka.
I can imagine a game where you buy magics, and that, or sort of like draw something where you can buy them and then they go away.
Yeah, you could probably imagine a scenario like that, but I mean, I don't think I'm alone with thinking buying magics. No, we don't want that. I don't think our community wants that. So we're gonna try and stick with a great story-driven experience.
We're hoping that this release will also sort of breathe new life into, because Magicka is doing real well as it is on PC, but perhaps find a wider audience for the PC game as well.
I think it's definitely a way of, since the style is a bit more cartoony, I think we can find new people to enjoy the Magicka experience, and hopefully they enjoy it so much that they want to move on to the PC experience, which is a bit more hardcore. But we see it more as a fun way of just reaching out to a new platform and making sure that the kind of touch experience is on par with what people would expect.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, and enjoy Iceland.
Magicka, Wizards of the Square Tablet.